Hey girls, just a quick scouting report on Celtic. We know the last game didn't end up great for us, even though we had a lot of the ball and good opportunities. So we're just going to take a look at this. You know what they are. You've played them before a couple times. So it's a 4-3-3, pretty aggressive, fast-paced attack. There is lots of area for us to attack and lots of open spaces, which we'll take a look at here. They do press on our goal kick. So when we play short, there's definitely lines to be broken in midfield. The wide areas are good for us to attack and exploit. Not much of a build up here from them. So, just recognize that if there's going to be a long ball or a long punt or a goal kick, make sure that we have numbers around where the ball is going to land. So again, use this report to see, what types of distances are going to be. So pretty much what their defensive shape will look like. And this is them from the mid block here. This is their winger, here. This is their 10 who likes to jump up as well. But you can already see if these two center backs play to each other, there's space for our diamond to find some success. So, right into the midfield there, as you receive this ball, if that's Mia or Lubick, can you turn into this space? And then we could probably break them down, by playing in behind. So good ball, entry ball in here. So now they've bypassed these players. And now it's about getting into the wide areas, as you'll see, as she again plays through the midfield. And she probably could have turned and carried the ball into this area there. But again, you can see that there's space for us to be able to play. Once they commit these numbers on our build-up, you can see where the 10 and the forward are. So this is the 10 and the 9. The two wingers are out wide. Just look at this nice space in here for us to get on the ball is going to be very important. So for us to get on the ball, be on a half turn, and then make that final pass or make that unbalancing pass. Again, if we just reverse this just a little bit, just to show, this is the type of ball we don't want to play in. Once we get under control, even though that was a fairly poor ball to play forward, it's this next one that really puts us under pressure. The bigger that this can be, the switch of the point, things like that make a lot more sense than playing it right into where they have their numbers against when they're pressing. Just a short pass here. Again, line of 4 for them, pressing the initial center backs. So this breaking this line here and the movement, maybe our wide midfielders coming off the shape so that our outside backs can get forward is something to also think about. You know, breaking the line. So now you're past these 4. The next stage is how do we play to someone under? How do we turn and play this way, turn and play this way into space without, dribbling into pressure and getting the ball stolen from us. So we give them an opportunity to transition, which is they're pretty good at. Once they have those 4 there, if they play transition to those 4 attackers, they're pretty dangerous. So just taking a look at what their shape looks like in build up, you can see it's not very, their outside backs don't get very high. So you don't see that. You'll see in a couple of clips where it's a pretty straight line so that if we're able to win the ball, you can see if with our numbers pushing up into this area, you can see in transition, if we're able to win the ball, we can be off to the races against them. But you can see what she was trying to do right there in build up. They're trying to play in here or in there. So our midfield is going to have to do a really good job of staying connected and not allowing them to go through, because once they go through, it pulls one of our center backs, and then then our outside backs are exposed 1v1. Good. Again, see how spread out they are. And then when they get the ball, it's not really a quick big shape. It's just a flat pass here, which for us, we should be able to jump up and step up to their marks. So we make this very predictable here. So again, this is their build-up shape, as they do often, just a straight line across from each other. So if we transition, we can play right in behind them. Just them winning a punt. And then what's their objective here is try and keep the ball. So again, see how it's a straight line. So our wide midfielders and our two forwards really need to pay attention to that and not give them too many opportunities. So should shut up and let you guys see this. So like once they turn, like I was telling you before, when the midfielders get the ball and turn, they want to play into their forwards into spaces where they can put us under pressure. So just something to be aware of. A couple opportunities that we can exploit. Again, line organization. This is just a throw in, and you can see how far away the center back is from the outside backs. And again, you can see it's a throw in from here. Big space for us to attack. Wide areas are wide open. Wide area over here, wide open. Not much tracking back, and they're able to create an opportunity and score a goal. Another throw in. Um, Again, you watch this area here, lots of space in behind. This center back and this center back are kind of fixed centrally. So if they're not going to shift over and cover, then that gives us a great opportunity to get in behind here. But it's got to be done at pace, and we got to make sure we get numbers in the box for any services that come in. Again, just recognizing how they're pretty spread out in terms of their defensive shape. So quick combination play seems to do the trick against them. But then again, you always got to be aware of that transition or that long ball that's coming in. Their front lines pressing. Now you can see what their backs look like. Very spread out. Lots of openings for us to be able to play into areas for success. Again, just aware of where they are, what their numbers are pushing. So now, if we're able to break out of here with a center back or even a midfielder, you can see that that'll take 5, 6 players out of the play. They elect to play forward, but it still goes to the midfielder here. And now look at their back line again. Really straight, really spread apart, lots of gaps to play in behind. Um, and once they step, and you can see the goalkeeper who's decent, a little too high off our line, just gets chipped from about 25 out. More opportunities for us. Can see how they're defensively set up, and quick combination creates a 3v3. She's offside on this one, but it's still a good opportunity to break through their back three. Goalkeeper distribution again. So once she plays the ball, you can see it's almost to about half field. I'll show you on this next one where we want to be. So as she's hitting the ball. So you can see Yuki's the red team here. They're kind of all over the place. And at this point, the goalkeeper's probably punted 4 or 5 times. And you can see how spread out they are. So we want to make sure that as this ball is traveling, that we have our numbers here so that, let's say, one forward is here just to make sure they don't play short. One forward is here, left midfielder 10, right midfielder 6, left back. So we want to have numbers around this ball here as it lands, as opposed to being spread out all over the place. So again, that's a free ball for that their forward to get. So we need to really pay attention to that and not give them opportunities to create off a punt. Again, numbers around where the ball is landing. Look how many red shirts are already behind the ball. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we want to make sure we're sorting out this area here with at least 5, 6 players so that we can challenge the first ball, win the second ball. And if we allow them to get into a rhythm where they're successful on punts, then we're not doing our job as a defensive unit. And again, plenty of opportunity to play short. And in this game, they didn't do much of it. So obviously, we need to be prepared if they do play short. But if they don't, let's make sure we have numbers around. I think just in terms of having numbers around, this is pretty good from Yuki's there to have 5, 6 around the ball. Just restarts here. You can see how they want to run in five players here. They have two on the line. So goalkeepers, just be aware and be prepared that there's going to be two in front of you and then five runners. So we need to make sure our zone is set up and we're hitting the ball or getting the ball away as quickly as possible. You can see a counter can happen against their throw or against their corners. So nothing wrong with a 3v1 after the opponent takes a corner on you. So just be mindful of that. If it's on, just go for it and try and make it happen. Other two on the end line or two on the goal line. The numbers running in. So free kick from distance. Very important that this line, stays connected and follows any runners. They're obviously trying to put the ball right on the penalty spot from that distance. So Yuki's corner here, so you can see that they have three here, one near for anything short, and then marking, these players are marking here. So pretty much 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. All players are back for goal for corner kicks. So maybe a short one might do us some justice. Play a little short one and a bounce. Since we're pretty good on corners, serving a few in as well could work. But again, they have all numbers in. Player, an outside back running here, or someone coming out to set the bounce, maybe an opportunity just to spread them out a little bit because it's a lot of numbers, a lot of white jerseys in there defending. Another one here, still same thing. So I'll let you guys review this. And as always, with scouting reports, just it's a review, it's a look, on how the opponent's going to play. Some of you guys maybe didn't play against them last time. You can see this is them countering, even though Yuki's has 4v1. It's still them, getting forward quickly and trying to get in on an attack off of a restart. Again, defending the corner. And then what they're looking to get, how they're looking to get out. So again, very important for us to just come with the right mentality. We know you will. Also, just make sure that we're aware of what they have in terms of their direct play and their aggressiveness. And as long as we're able to keep the ball, switch the point of attack through midfield, and attack the wide areas, we should be in good shape. So get in touch with any questions, and we'll